known as the Daughter of the Fates, founder of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. So this is going to be a very quick live, but I thought while I was doing what I was doing that I should share a little bit of what I am doing with you guys. So I am going to do a live a little later today. I knew I was supposed to yesterday. Several of y'all emailed me and asked me if I was still alive. I am. But life be lifing. And so you have to comply when life be lifing. And so that's what I had did. Now, I made my mind up though. I had to go pick up a piece of furniture, but I said, I'm not going to do anything else today. I'll do this one thing that I woke up yesterday thinking about. I was like, today is the day I'm going to do it. It's the one commitment I'm going to make to myself before I fulfill commitments to others. So let me just tell you what I'm doing. So let me flip the phone around and show you. So you see all these brown paper bags on the floor, right? Brown paper bags by my side. Brown paper bag. So what I decided was I really have been obsessed with getting started on this paper mache project idea that I have, and have just been like overwhelmed with busy work that I haven't gotten to it. So I said I'm going to start prepping. To start a paper mache project this week, but the prepping I had to do. So I was like, today I'm going to at least prep enough, more than enough really, but enough to at least start a paper mache project this weekend. So I have cats, obviously. And so I told y'all I keep everything. You feel me? I have to dump my trash out like maybe once every 3 weeks. Like, I don't throw away shit. You feel me? And so I was like, I have cats, and so I be buying kitty litter a lot. And so I have this, like several of these here. Let me show you. These giant kitty litter freaking jug box things, right? And the reason I started buying the jugs was because the paper boxes are a little bit more difficult to recycle, if you can believe it. And so I was like, I'll just buy this, keep the jugs. And so what I started doing last night was, if you can see up in there, I started cutting up the brown paper bags to begin the prepping process to start my paper mache project this weekend. You feel me? See there? So there you go. So I made up my mind. I made the commitment, and it's been taking forever, much longer than I thought. But I made the commitment that I'm going to fill up one kitty litter jug before I shift gears and start doing other stuff. So there you go. I'm halfway to filling up my kitty litter jug with my paper mache preparatory cutting. I need to get a high level, like like a industry level shredder. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are funny. I need to get like a high level shredder so I don't have to do this shit by hand. But I was like, I ain't gonna wait till I'm gonna get a shredder to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch something cool on TV or listen to some music while I cut this shit up until I can get myself an industrial level shredder. But anyway, so these are all the bags that I'm gonna cut up. And so what I've been doing, let me see if I can set this up. Let me see how I can set this up. Okay, let's see here. Just try it like this, like so. Okay, yep, that'll do. Okay, so all I've been doing, because I'm wanting to start doing more like creative process videos, like me making jewelry, me, whatever. Look at this bag I found at the Goodwill yesterday, y'all. Look at this bag I found at the Goodwill yesterday, y'all. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Ooh, that's so cute. Found that at the Goodwill yesterday. Isn't that so cute? So anyway, the project that I'm going to be working on this weekend, I am too hype about. You feel me? And when I tell you I don't throw away anything, like I really mean I don't throw away anything. I love Talente ice cream, the gelato, like what you call it, the gelato sorbets. I love them, and they're expensive, so I don't get it often. But when I want to splurge, I get them, and then I keep the little jars that they come in, the little plastic jars they come in. And so I've got like 7, 8 of these cute little jars of my favorite gelato to hold my beads. So I got these cute these cute beads. These are all my glass beads. And then these are some bamboo beads from like scrap necklaces and stuff. And so that's why I be going to like, I know a lot of people do, like Goodwills and stuff like that, looking for junk jewelry for the beads, that type of stuff. So that's why I went yesterday and found that cute little purse. And then let me tell you what else I found. Because Michael's was having a sale, and I bought these cute ass, these are a project. I bought these cute little, these are candle holders, like the little pillar candle holders, right? I was like, ooh, this is a project, because it's matte. It's like matte. So this is going to be a project. I'm going to probably put something dope on here and maybe wrap some rope around the center. But this is going to be a project. Ooh, that's a cute idea, Constance Woo. She said, I've been making an altar cloth out of my old denim clothes, and it's been so much fun and healing. I love that. Okay, so what I've been doing with this process is I've just been, and I want to talk to you about the brown paper bags too, because while I was sitting here, that's why I decided to do live, because I'm sitting here cutting up all these brown paper bags. I was like, ooh, I got an idea. So anyway, I'm going to share the idea with you. But anyway, so I just been, because with brown paper bag, obviously it's a little bit coarser than like a lot of people use like tissue or paper towels for paper mache. So the denser, obviously, the paper source that you're using, the smaller you want to cut it up. You feel me? So I'm just sitting here just tearing the paper bag in shreds like so. And like skinny shreds. And then taking scissors and just cutting it up in the jug. Y'all can, here, let me hold it like this. Just cutting it up in the jug. And so, there is a girl on IG who, this is the exact process that she uses, because this is like a whole thing. Like, there are a lot of people in the world who are actually being like, more environmentally conscious. And so she goes around looking in garbage cans and stuff like that for these plastic grocery bags. And so she collects plastic grocery bags and plastic bottles. And it's like a whole movement where people are making, what do they call them? Eco bricks, right? Where they take all the plastic bags and they cut them up so you can get more in them. It's the surface area. So you have to cut the bags up in order to get them in the plastic bottle and pound it down there. So like the bottle is stiff. You can't squish the bottle, right? And so that's a whole thing where people are making these eco bricks and using these eco bricks in the place of buying new product. And so I just saw her video yesterday, and she is actually using her eco bricks. She said she finally made enough to, because she wanted to do like a raised garden bed or something. And so she's going to use her eco bricks to make this raised garden. I was like, oh, what a nifty idea. Well, this is just going to be the start product for my paper mache project. But I'm also very interested. I literally just got off the phone with my mom, and she said every day she be thinking about, because she wondering if California is still standing. The way they be playing the news is like California is just not gonna make it. And I'm like, look, unless you hear it from me, don't trust it. Don't trust it. As a matter of fact, stop watching the news. Don't trust it. You feel me? But anyway, I told her, I might need to be switching gears. Instead of talking about making paper mache projects, I might need to be using this to make my my little survival briquettes so I can light a fire without giving away my location. If I have to bug out, if I have to have my little backpack and my little my little briquettes so I can build a smokeless fire. And she just started cracking up. I just finished my I just got my my first aid kit, but it's like a survivalist first aid kit. And then I added a few things in it, but it came with a lot. This little nifty, let me show y'all what this came with. This came with a lot. I like this little bag, right? It has tools in it. It's got like a little mini axe / hammer. It's got like a little mini axe / hammer. And then it's also pliers. Like when you unlatch it, it's pliers. And it came with, hold on. I'm going to add some stuff to it. I got to buy some iodine and alcohol and some other little things. But this is a little foldable shovel with a little saw edge and a little bottle opener edge. Look at that little bottle opener edge and a little saw edge. And it's a hammer. And whatever you would use this for, like maybe the stakes, like digging holes for your stakes for your tent, right? So you can fold that back and it fits up in there like that. Hold on. And then this is like a little handle that screws on the end of it. There you go. See? So you got a little 3-in-1 there. A cute little nifty pouch for that. And let's see, yeah. Here we go. And then what else came up in here? I don't know what this is. It's some kind of little tool. I don't know what it is, though. It'll probably occur to me later. Then I got my little glow sticks that came with it. Then it's got all your essentials, like this is like little wicks, like little makeshift wicks. It's got Band-Aids. It's got it's like an emergency blanket. It keeps you warm. The little silver emergency blankets, and like this is wire for whatever you might need it for. Band-Aids of different types and sizes. These, I forget what you call those things, but like those things. What's this? This little measuring, a stainless steel, whatever the hell, but it's like several tools on it, so it looks like another bottle opener, all kinds of little nifty tool things with measurements on it or whatever. Oh, okay. It says it is a multi-purpose pocket survival tool. Can opener, knife edge, screwdriver, ruler, can opener, 4-position wrench for various nuts and bolts heads, butterfly wrench, a saw blade, direction, ancillary indication, 2-position wrench, and a lanyard hole for key ring hole. There you go. That's all that little thing is. So anyway, again, like I'm an herbalist, so I will be putting, herbal concoctions in here, like emergency herbs. Like, what's one? It's called, can't even think of it right off the top. At least it's Chinese name. It's, I can't think of it right off the top, but I got a bunch of it. So this particular, Sunji, Sunchi. I can't remember. It's one of them, Sunchi or Sun. Ooh, and what's the other one? There's two of them, but they are these little. They're expensive. They're these little red emergency pellets that you can give to people if they are experiencing an emergency, like a cardiac event or like heart attack or stroke or aneurysm. This herb, you pulverize. It's just a little teeny red pill. You pulverize it and make them swallow it, and it will actually halt the cardiac event. Why we don't have that everywhere? You feel me? So like those kind of things. There you go. So that's my little first aid kit. I'm too hyped about it because it's so compact. It's so cute. I'll probably take this little red thing off of it. It comes off. Oh, look at that. I didn't even know it. It comes off it. The little red thing was Velcro. I just saw that on a survivalist channel the other day, how you don't want your first aid kit to have any indication that it's a first aid kit. So you don't want it to be red. You don't want to have the little red cross on it. You know what it is, but you don't want to alert others to what it is because it will make you a target. I said, I didn't even think about that. If you've got drugs in there, medicine in there, survival tools in there, it's the first thing people are going to look for if they try to steal from you, is those kind of survival necessities. And so you don't want your bag, your medicine bag really, to be exposed. So take anything off of it that would indicate that it's a first aid kit. Isn't that awesome? Anyway, so you got that. But this is my project. I guess it'll take me about another hour to finish cutting up these bags to get this thing up full. And then that should put me right on time to get ready for our 4 o'clock live. And and then I can spend the rest of the day doing other important things that I need to do. So let's see if y'all have any questions or anything. Let me see. Hold on. This is actually kind of fun. I've been having fun. Oh, there is one more thing I want to tell you. Okay. So we've been doing the global conspiracy to right all wrongs, right? And while I was sitting here almost in a meditative state doing this, because it is actually quite fun tearing these things up, I was like, oh my God, why did I not think about this? So there is those of you who've ever been like in Ifa or Candomblé or anything like that, there's a little ritual that you can do for yourself. Let's see, always stay ready to get out. Blah, 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 blah. Cool. All right. So anyway, there is a ritual. And some of you, when I have done divination for you guys, I've actually taught you how to do this ritual. Well, I'm going to tell y'all how to do the ritual now, because it just occurred to me today, like, damn, I be telling this to individuals for their individual shit, but we should incorporate this into the global conspiracy to right all wrongs, y'all. So this is what you're going to do. In this ritual, typically, it's either used for protection or to ward off, or, like to ward off, or to punish, or to, it has multiple uses, but it's mostly towards people who mean you no good. This is what the ritual is for. So what you do is you take a brown paper bag and you take a red marker or a red pen. And for the personal ritual, what you would do is just tear a little piece off. You feel me? I'll just go ahead and do it. You would tear a little piece off. You want to tear it, not cut it. You don't want straight edges. You want to tear it, not cut it. So say this is the piece, okay? What you would do is take the red pen or the red marker. Do I have something red? I had something red over here earlier. I don't. But anyway, you take the pen or the marker. It has to be red, okay? And then what you're going to do what you're going to do is you're going to write the person's name, preferably their whole name. If you know their whole name, you don't have to do the middle name, but their first and last name. Okay? If you don't know their first and last name, whatever. Now, I'm telling you the personal application for the ritual. Then I'll tell you the epiphany I had while sitting here tearing up this paper. So you would take their name and you would write their name. I'll just put name all over the paper. Name. You can write it around the edges. Name. You can write it upside down. Name. Right? So you would just write it all over the paper. Then what you're going to do is you are going to take the paper and fold it away from you like that. Fold it away from you and fold it away from you and fold it away from you until it's small. And then you would take this piece of paper and put it in your shoe. My godmother used to call it dog walking a bitch. You would dog walk a bitch. Somebody done did dirt to you. Some you know for a fact somebody mean you no good. They speaking spells on your name. Whatever, they slandering you. Whatever. It's an ex that you want to get rid of. You want them out your life. Whatever. Right? You write their name in red ink. Fold the paper away from you as many times as you need. You feel me? Fold the paper away from you and then put it in the shoe that you gonna walk in every day, or whatever shoe you walking in that day. Make sure you put your little piece of paper in that shoe. So you literally dog walking them. You walking on their name. That's the meditation. That's the thing, right? And so I'm sitting here tearing up these brown paper bags today. I was like, oh shit, yes, we speaking the spell, but I need to be dog walking some bitches. And so, hence the use of this very nifty little spell now applied to our global conspiracy to right all wrongs, child. Now, one or two things that you can choose to do, or you can do both. As a matter of fact, let's do that. Let's do both. And what I intend to do today, the global conspiracy, both, child, both. You want to do that twice. Goddess energy in me, which you do two of them. Sorry, I should have clarified. You do two of them. You do two pieces of paper with their name, each shoe. You is dog walking the bitch, whoever that is. Feel me? Now, with the global conspiracy to right all wrongs, there are a couple of things that we can do. Choose your poison. Choose your pleasure. You feel me? What I was sitting here thinking was, because a lot of people have been emailing me about specific names. This is a naming ritual. And we remember, maybe I need to revisit that today when I do the live. Remember, we've been talking, it's been a lot of time about the importance of naming and renaming, the importance of the naming ceremony, the importance of names. Now, oh, yes. So, also, without being too revealing in my attention, there are a lot of people, especially in this country, who the name you know them by is not the name they was born with. You catch my drift? There is a lot of people who go in the world with the wearing a name that they were not born with for extremely strategic reasons. Okay? So I would encourage you to look up a person's true name, which is typically easy to find. We're talking about the global conspiracy to right all wrongs. We're talking about the global conspiracy to right all wrongs. We're talking about the global conspiracy to right all wrongs. Okay? Listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying I taught you the little ritual, the personal application of the ritual. But the reason for me bringing the ritual up is to apply to the global conspiracy to right all wrongs. The global conspiracy to right all wrongs is not going to go in your shoe. You feel me? What I am saying is the people that we are focusing the global conspiracy to right all wrongs on, you heard? The people that we all have in our mind's eye who the global conspiracy to right all wrongs is talking about, because we ain't named no names. We just do the global conspiracy to right all wrongs. We haven't named no names. They know who they is, but we ain't named no names. We did name names when we did that ceremony on November 19th of 2024. And that shit is still reverberating out and out and out and out and out. However, with the global conspiracy to right all wrongs, we have not named names. And so it occurred to me today that maybe while we are every day reciting the global conspiracy to right all wrongs, that we need to be dog walking the motherfuckers that conspiracy is focusing on. And there ain't no shortage of names. So all of y'all who are tuning in from all over the world, who are participating from all over the world, honey, you might have names right in your community. You might have names of officials. You might have names of, listen, there is no shortage of diabolical monstrosities that can go up in your shoe. You feel me? So choose the names, and it can be multiple names on a piece of paper, okay? Choose the names that in your mind will have the greatest impact if they are dog walked appropriately. Put them names on your piece of paper. There ain't no shortage. It don't matter if we repeating. Take them names. As a matter of fact, if you're going to do both shoes like you should, then take one piece of paper and fill it up with names, and then take the other piece of paper and fill it up with a whole list of other names. Red ink, fold away, fold away, fold away till it fits in your shoe. You feel me? And then you can use this piece of paper. Speak the global conspiracy to right. As a matter of fact, I'm going to teach this today on our live. Speak the global conspiracy to right all wrongs directly into the paper, and then fold it, fold it, fold it, and put it in your shoe. Intention spelled out crystal clear. Okay? Global conspiracy to right all wrongs. Dog walk the bitches on this paper, spirit. It is certainly, as we say, forever, never, never, that this is the mother's divine will. Mommy and I are one, whatever, whatever, whatever. You feel me? Fold it, fold it, fold it, and dog walk the bitches. We are closing out the part of the global conspiracy. I don't know. We might do this forever. I'm saying we're ending the ritual that we started on August 25th because it was specific to the Council of Nicaea. But this is going to be an ongoing project. If you have me tell it, this is going to be an ongoing project. This is going to be an ongoing project. So anyway, hopefully that was clear. I will clarify more when I come on at 4 to do the live for today. But I wanted to share my little project, share my little deep thinking. I've been thinking a lot, y'all. I'm telling you, I've been thinking a lot. I've been thinking a lot about some things. I've been thinking a lot, and I hope y'all are developing your thick skin. I hope you are developing your thick skin, because I'm saying a lot. I'm going to be doing a lot. I'll be doing a lot that's going to make people uncomfortable. It's really going to challenge. It's going to challenge people's comfort levels. I got an announcement to make this week coming, a public announcement to make this week coming. And so I hope y'all who be up in here, I hope y'all are thickening your skin. Oh, also this Friday, the woman that had inquired about interviewing me, who lives in New Zealand, we're going to do the interview this Friday, but it is not live. So she is going to send me the file after we do the pre-recorded interview. I will upload it on my channel so that y'all it'll play for you guys as if it's live, but I will upload it on my YouTube channel so that you can see what happened in the interview. And but yeah, baby, People nerves about to be itching. I'm about to make a lot of people upset. But I'm gonna tell you, the work that we must do, every last one of us, the work that we must do has to be disrespectful. Okay? The work that we have to do has to be blatantly and deliberately straight the fuck up disrespectful. It has to be disrespectful. Yep. I thought about it after the last live I did, which was maybe 2 days ago, and I was like, did I say that? Or maybe I thought I said it in my head. But we have to smash respectability politics. We have to smash it. We even have to kick in the doors on some aspects of political correctness. Not all, but some aspects of political correctness that hold us hostage from making stern, necessary condemnations of bullshit and ass bullshit. Certain aspects of what you call that? Political correctness. There's a political education. I don't know where it is. You know what? Maybe I'll find it. But there was a political education based on a piece that we read pretty regularly, written by Omalia Shatilla back in the day, and it was entitled. I think it was entitled like Smash Liberalism and Slander or something like that. I think that might be a nice political education to revisit, especially since I haven't read it since I was a socialist. It might hit different. It almost certainly will hit different with the mind that I have now, since I haven't been a socialist in, 15 years. But anyway, all I'm saying is get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Everything that we do. What did I talk to y'all about the other day? About the necessity of creating spectacle. That when I was talking to y'all about my opposition to retreats. You feel me? And I was like, okay, well, what kind of weirdo don't like retreats? Well, I'm the weirdo that don't like retreats, right? That we have to be staging a contest, and you cannot stage a contest in the state of retreat, bitch. You cannot build institutions of dual and contending power in a state of fucking retreat, bitch. You cannot wage any kind of campaign on behalf of the global suffering in a state of retreat, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You can't do it. It's impossible. It's mathematically, scientifically impossible. And I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. You cannot stage a truly genuine campaign of contending, dual and contending power, quote, having respect for your enemy, having respect for your opposition. You know, we just need to have a respectful discourse. There's no reason for yelling. Child, that is a muzzle. That's a muzzle. And so you, quote, get shamed because you, quote, being disrespectful because you done got hype. You done got hype. So you yelling, you cussing because the world, there is no excuse for the world to look the way that it looked. And so you got a right to be enraged, outraged by what has happened to the planet, deliberately happened to the planet. Everything that has happened to the planet has been a deliberate and concerted effort to destroy us, to destroy the earth, to destroy anything that even allows us the remote accessibility to reestablishing a healthy relationship with the one, with the mother. The world looked exactly the way the sun gone rogue intended the way the world looked. And so they try to muzzle you after creating the conditions to make you outraged. And listen, to create the conditions to guarantee outrage, then turn around and tell you have no right to express outrage. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? to create the conditions to cause outrage, to ensure that outrage is the outcome of the thing that you have done, and then to turn around and try to shame and guilt one out of their legitimate expressions of rage. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a bitch? That's what respectability politics does. It is to keep you from outwardly voicing your absolute, total, emphatic opposition, not only to the act, but the conductors of the act that were set to guarantee outrage. I hope I'm clear. I know I'll be real pretty in my orations, but I'm trying to be crystal clear. And so when I talk about the creation of spectacle, the necessity, it's unavoidable, the necessity for the creation of spectacle, and how spectacle has to do multiple things. But the primary thing that spectacle has to do is to shine the light on that which has been hidden. It is to shine the light. It is to expose. It is to shine the light on that which has been hidden. It is to loudly condemn the betrayers of the mother and to expose the ways that they have betrayed the mother. It is also, so it's to expose, it's to shine the light on. Do you understand? But it is also, it serves multiple functions, because that same spectacle has to invigorate, has to inspire, has to give vision to, has to give voice to those who up until this point have been afraid to raise their voice. It is to cure what has been deemed mental illness. Oh, it is to cure what has been deemed mental illness. What am I saying? What am I saying? I'm saying there is so much that is given the label of mental illness, so that quote illness can be medicated to ensure the absence of opposition. Ooh. Are you being medicated for mental illness, or are you one of the ones that is actually being medicated so that you do not have the ability to oppose? Listen, not everybody is mentally ill. I used to say that, but that ain't true. Not everybody is suffering from a mental illness, bitch. Some people are suffering from suppressed rage. And the only cure for suppressed rage is to express rage. The only cure for suppressed rage is to express rage and then act on it. The only cure for suppressed rage is to express rage. You do not need medication. Any medication given to you because you have anger issues, because you need help with your anger management. Anger is not a mental illness, boo. Rage is not a mental illness, boo. Fuck what you heard. Rage is not a mental illness. That's my personal opinion. You can take it up with your psychologist or whatever, but that's my personal position. That if your rage is not cured by your expressions of rage, then I might say, okay, maybe you need medication. Maybe something deeper is happening with you, and your rage is not suppressed rage, but it is actually the consequence of something else. I'm not opposed to that. But I'm telling you, the great majority of you, child, you are not mentally ill. Your ass is muzzled. Your ass is not mentally ill. Your ass is muzzled. You're medically muzzled. Don't bite my shit. Your ass is medically muzzled. Don't bite my shit. You understand? So when I tell you, and then when you express rage, when you do get up the confidence, the courage to express rage, can the expression of rage ever be respectful? Can you be respectful while expressing rage? Is that possible, to be respectful while you're expressing rage? Is that even possible? Right off the top, it might be possible, but right off the top of my thinking, I cannot think of a scenario. I cannot think of a scenario or a set of circumstances where that can happen, where you can express rage where it needs to be expressed, and that should be respectful. I can't. As a matter of fact, I can certainly say it's impossible to express rage where it's supposed to be expressed. To express rage where it's supposed to be expressed, it better not be respectful, because whoever is the object of your rage, if the rage is legitimate. Now, if you out here a sociopath expressing rage because you white and you don't live in the world that you were told whiteness is supposed to afford you the ability to have, and so your rage is based on a mythology planted in your skull, and so you rage out on some, I'm gonna go shoot up some schools or something. That ain't what I'm talking about. Okay? I'm talking about righteous rage. That's what I'm talking about. And if the object of your righteous rage, because if your rage is righteous, it means their aggressions are not. You understand? And so if your rage is righteous, if you ain't on that bullshit ass bullshit, then there's no way. There's no way you can have, listen to me. There's no way you can have respect for your enemy. There's no way that you can have respect for the one who is destroying, purposefully plotting and planning to destroy your life. Purposefully plotting and scheming to destroy your life in a myriad of ways. Destroying your life through fucking rent hikes, buying up every single ounce of property on the continent, and then hiking rent up to the extent that you can't even afford to live. That's plotting and scheming deliberately on your life. You know what I'm saying? Paying anyone in this country minimum wage is a crime against humanity. It's a crime against humanity. I cannot have respect for anybody who has a philosophy that there should be a minimum wage. I don't have no respect for anybody that puts forward that in the year 2025, there should be, quote, a bare minimum amount that we pay human beings that allows us to steal their labor and their wealth while they barely able to make it. I have no respect for anybody that to this day accepts a philosophy that minimum wage is a fair wage. Nope. And so I cannot have respect. And if I cannot have a respect for my enemy, I damn sure cannot have a healthy, respectful discord in the expression of my rage with them. Can't do that. Can't do that. It won't be me. It will not be. Let me just say something. I didn't intend to go off on this, but let me just say, damn, it's been 40 minutes already. I've been talking 40 minutes already. Let me just say something. There was a few of y'all who was really, I didn't say anything about it, didn't intend to say anything about it, but it just came up. There was so many of you, which I found so fascinating. There were so many of you who were bigging up Princella when she did that video, when she did that interview with Candace Owens. And what y'all were bigging her up on was, it was so refreshing to see Princella not, take the bait, because Candace Owens was trying to bait her into losing her temper. And it's just so great that she had so much decorum. Ooh, that shit burnt my nerves. Listen, burnt my nerves. Java Watson, I said I was specifically talking about respect and mental illness and everything being coined a mental illness. Where the textbook definition of mental illness is concerned, then yeah, everybody is fucking crazy. But everybody is not crazy. Everybody is the victim of madness. I can concede that. Everyone on the planet is the victim of madness. But do you think that mental illness would look the way that it looks, as mass as it looks right now, once the world is a liberated and safe place to live? Do you think that? Nah, y'all can acknowledge the shit when it's Western medicine. Western medicine, there'll never be a cure for any disease because there'll never be a cure for any disease because there's no profit in healing humans. So is there any profit in psychology? I mean, is there any profit in psychologists actually healing human beings? Psychiatrists healing human beings? No, there's no profit. There's no profit in people being mentally well. So, of course, everybody on the goddamn globe is crazy because it is a profitable goddamn industry. It is convenient for everybody to be mentally ill, when in actuality, everybody is not mentally ill. Everybody is impacted by madness. That's something different. That's a distinction to be made. Everyone is the victim of global madness, imposed global madness. That's a distinction to be made. Because to say everybody is mentally ill is to say what I have been telling you we have to stop saying. We have to accept that we're born perfect. You can't have it both ways. We have to accept that we are born perfect. Not only that we are born perfect, that our body incarnated with a perfectly functioning self-defense mechanism. So when it doesn't work, it means that we have to identify whether it is something within or whether it is something without or whether it is a combination of the two. What is making us not work and function perfectly? Everybody ain't mentally ill, baby. Everybody is impacted by global madness. And then the other thing is who makes up the determinations of what mental illness is? Well, goddamn, Negroes, just yesterday, guess what? It was a diagnosable condition. It was a legitimately observed mental illness for Black people to want to run away from their slave master. Just yesterday, you was mentally ill for wanting to be free. Just yesterday, your ass women, and especially more than anybody else, Black women, your ass could be Baker acted, meaning taken against your will under the guise of being mentally ill because you was too hot in the pants. You wanted to fuck something, and that something was not your husband, and your ass could be thrown in a mental institution in this motherfucking country until 1972 for nymphomania. Black ass bitch. I ain't talking about y'all individually. I'm saying us together. Until 1972, in this here country, your ass could be Baker acted. You could have your rights taken away from you and thrown into a mental hospital against your will by a judge if you was, quote, a nymphomaniac. Nymphomania was a written, acknowledged, diagnosable mental illness that could have you hospitalized against your will, child. What year was it? Somebody Google it real quick. What year was it? Because it wasn't that long ago where they finally removed homosexuality from the, what is it, DSM, whatever the quote book of diagnosable mental illness. Child, they just took homosexuals out the book a hot second ago. So is everybody mentally ill? If white males in positions of power are determining what the mental illnesses are, then yes, everybody is mentally ill. Is that a stretch? Because it wasn't just but a second before that everybody on earth was a witch, as determined by who? white male aristocratic and noble and churchman. The white male elite of the world was the one setting the terms for who was identified as a witch. And who was a witch? Everybody that was not a white male aristocrat, noble, or in the church. Everybody. Your beloved Galileo, master astronomer, his ass was tried for heresy and thrown in a motherfucking prison. You feel me? So is it a stretch that same tendency that existed for all those hundreds of years naturally spilled over into the medical industry, naturally spilled over into the industry of psychology and psychological medicine? Y'all act like I'm in here being unreasonable. Shit. I ain't being unreasonable. Everything. We've been spending all this time talking about the pathologizing of your rage, the pathologizing of your right to resist, the pathologizing of rebellion. Your little baby, you force your baby to go to church every Sunday, and your little baby, by the time they 3, 4, 5 years old, they're like, Mom, I don't want to go to church. Even though all they doing is singing songs and coloring books, something in your little baby's spirit is, Mama, I don't want to go to Sunday school. I don't want to go to church. Thank you, Janet Kennedy. 1973 was when they said, okay, yeah, all right, I guess homosexuals ain't mentally ill. The fuck? Grown-ups wanting to do what they want to do based on their own sovereign self, paying taxes, paying mortgages, doing what they supposed to do, not committing no crimes, and now they asking me Baker acted and thrown into prison because of who they had sex with? Oh, but I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Mental illness is whoever white male aristocrats, wealthy, billionaires, doctors, and I'll be willing to bet a third of doctors are, if they weren't doctors, they would be serial killers. This is the way they get their rocks off without it being illegal. I'd have read too many stories. I'd have heard too many stories. Too many cases. And that ain't far-fetched. For me, it ain't far-fetched. I'm convinced a third of certain types of doctors, without saying the quiet part out loud, would be serial killers if they weren't wealthy enough to go to medical school. If they had not had the opportunity to go to medical school, they would have been serial killers, mass murderers, or the like. You feel me? Not only is mental illness about let me say something else. Not only is mental illness for us about pathologizing our rage, pathologizing our right to rebel, blah, 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 but it also serves another purpose. Mental illness becomes a weapon that is used in the hands of the powerful to absolve themselves from all responsibility for their wicked behaviors. Every serial killer is mentally ill. Every serial killer, they want to talk about his childhood trauma that could make him. In this situation, in this scenario, his mental illness is no different than him going into confession with the Pope and saying, look, Mr. Pope, I'm about to go ghost some bitches because I'm in the mafia, I'm in the mob or whatever, and they done encroached on my territory, so I got to get this work in, but I wanted to come in beforehand, make my little confession, drop a couple of bands in the offering plate, and get you to go ahead and give me whatever my penance is going to be. Is it going to be some Hail Marys or this and that and such, so I can go off out here guilt-free in my conscience, you feel me, while I go get this work in. Now is mental illness. It ain't the confessional booth in your penance. Now it's mental illness. I didn't know what I was doing in the passion of the act, but I committed the act 27 times because I done killed 27 women. You feel me? Now mental illness becomes, especially in the hands of the state. Well, if they're mentally ill, then we can't sentence them to death. We have to put them in a hospital where they can be studied and we can understand the inner workings of their mind and what would make them do such a thing. We didn't heard it too many times. When we are mentally ill, it is because we trying to rebel. 99.9% of the time. 99.9% of the time, what you are experiencing is mental illness is your baby giant being held captive, looking for a way to make a break. I'm never not going to say that. Your baby giant is looking for a way to make a break, and the patriarch in your head has his ass under 24 hours. Oh, my. Woo! Shit. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yo. Oh. Oh. God damn. Oh. 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 Damn. Oh my God. Listen. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. God damn. Shit. Where did I read that? Listen, y'all. Listen. If let's just say this. If you think you're mentally ill, if you've been told you're mentally ill and you have a hard time with what I'm saying right now, that's fine. That's fine. But I will say this, as a practice, start talking to yourself. When you are experiencing what you think is your symptoms of your mental illness, before your knee-jerk response, which is to go set up an appointment with your therapist or go take some medication, don't make a knee-jerk response. Sit for an hour in that discomfort that you are experiencing, that you have been told over and over and over again is your mental illness. You feel me? And then ask yourself, if these symptoms that I am feeling right now, are they actually the evidence of my baby giant trying to make a break? Is my baby giant held hostage in my chest? Is this the outpouring of emotion of a baby being held captive, or is this actually the evidence that I am in a state of distress? Ask yourself first and allow your perfectly formed flesh to respond before your knee-jerk programmed response of grabbing your medication before you go into crisis or whatever. I'm not telling you to not take care of yourself. I'm saying before you have your programmed response, sit in the uncomfortability of whatever is coming forward for you, and then make an informed decision about how to proceed from there. You feel me? If this is the display of my baby giant, what is it that my baby giant needs in this moment? What is it that my baby giant is trying to draw my attention to in this moment? Oh, let me just tell you something. I'm always talking about So we got a little baby. Every last one of us got a baby giant that is being held hostage in our spirit, in our body, in our heart, in our flesh. Everybody agree with that? You don't have to agree with it, but that's my position. As we all got an enslaved, encaged baby giant who is always plotting and scheming on a way to make a break. Okay? And that baby giant is so mistreated. You want to exorcise the baby giant. You think you need an exorcism. You want to meditate the baby giant away. You want to sedate the baby giant. You want to sedate the baby giant with 2 hours of deep meditation and chanting to get these aggressive thoughts out of your head. You trying to sedate your baby giant. You feel me? You trying to party. Your baby, you trying to party, trying to turn up loud to drown out your baby giant. Okay? You doing all the things to avoid the demands of your baby giant, the cries, the pleas of your baby giant. And all the while, you ignoring the baby giant. And all the while, the great white patriarch in your head is surveilling your baby giant 24 hours a day. Because while you have allowed a great grand white patriarch to take up real estate in your head, in your skull, in your consciousness, your third eye is blind, bitch. Your third eye is blind. Is blind. Oh my God. Your third eye is blind. Third eye is blind. You understand? While he is taking up real estate up in your shit, your third eye is blind. You feel me? And his is hyper fixated on making sure that everything is just what it is doing, exactly what it's supposed to be doing. So we always talk about Big Brother, right? And how Big Brother, there's a song by Stevie Wonder called Big Brother. Y'all know that song? Anybody know that song? It's off the album The Talking Book. Anybody know that song, Big Brother, by Stevie Wonder? Your name is Big Brother. You say that you're watching me on the telly and seeing me go nowhere. Oh, that's my shit. Your name is Big Brother. That you say that you're tired of me protesting, but you've got me dying every day. Oh, child, this is my shit. I live in the ghetto, but you just come to visit me. Wait a minute. Oh, you just come to. I live in the ghetto, and you only come to see me around election time. That's something like that. But you only come to see me around election time. If you ain't heard the song, listen, that's your song assignment for the day. Big Brother by Stevie Wonder. Right? Who is Big Brother? And y'all all talking about, putting tape over your camera and how all your electronics is listening to you and all of that shit. Child, that shit is to terrorize you. Because, okay, fine, they listening to you. They watching every word. But do they need to do that? Do they need to do that? Do they need to do that? Honey, Big Brother, because they didn't have that with Stevie Wonder. When Stevie Wonder sang that song in the 60s, the late 60s, early 70s, they didn't have all this gadgetry and technology, but he was still crystal clear. He was still crystal clear. Here he is, blind as the day is long, and he was crystal clear. He could see better than the rest of y'all. Who is Big Brother, bitch? Who is Big Brother? What is the ever watchful eye of Big Brother? It's that great grand white patriarch taking up real estate in your head. That's who Big Brother is. Do you think that this relationship that you have to the state would be any different if your ass was living off grid, something the fuck where? No, because we used to live off grid, and Big Brother was still up in that bitch every day, sabotaging our goddamn life, sabotaging our progress, sabotaging everything. Why? Because the great white grand patriarch in the sky cannot afford for you to experience sovereignty in any aspect or corner of your goddamn life, or he will be eradicated. He will no longer exist. Sovereignty cannot exist on this planet, because if sovereignty exists on this planet, his ass will become irrelevant. He will disappear like the clouds in the sky when the sun comes out. Child. So there ain't nowhere you can fucking run if you are not waging war with the great white grand patriarch in your skull every day. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say that shit. And that I can't take credit for. That is, well, she didn't say the patriarch because she was still in an organization led by a patriarch. But that's what Guy Cambone used to tell me. The greatest war you are going to have to wage every day of your existence until we win. Until we free, until we win, there is no greater battle that you have to wage every time your feet hit the floor in the morning is with the great grand white patriarch in your head. And he lived in everybody's head on the planet. It might be about time for me to do this damn Matrix breakdown, because that scene when the architect reveals himself and what he does and what his true nature is and he in an all-white room. The old white man, the architect, the old white man with the white hair and the white beard and the white outfit in the whole white room. And he is telling Neo who he is and what he has done and this and that and this and that. But Neo is asleep in the real world. So who is he talking to? He is talking to the great white grand patriarch in his fucking head, in his imagination, child. In his head. In his head. That nigga sleep. You feel me? He sleep. In the real world, he sleep. And so the only way that he can get the information that he need is to have, where do they put the fucking, the rod? The rod, the jack, where you get jacked into the matrix, when you get jacked into the program, is right there where your vagus nerve emanates from. It's right there at the base of your skull. They have to jack this thing, put this little jack into the base of your skull. So you can have a conversation with the great white grand patriarch in your skull, in your head. That's the only place he exists, bitch, is in your head. He don't exist nowhere else. He don't exist in the sky. He don't exist in heaven. He don't exist on the earth. He don't exist in the past because he was never real. He don't exist in the future. The only thing making that motherfucker real is your head. The only place he is real is in your head. And in your head, you make him real in the material world with your behavior, with your actions, with your decisions, with your lifestyle. Ooh, that's a word I did not intend. But baby, we might have to get up into this matrix. Damn, sitting here doing as much as I was doing, and it still ain't even made a deal. Anyway, I'm going to go. I just came up on here. I said I was only going to be on here for a minute to show y'all what I'm into. Look at my little... I just got this room divider so my cats could stop tap dancing on my jewelry setup. And so my little blue butterflies look real cool against the backdrop of my room divider. Anyway. So what y'all feeling like? What y'all think? What y'all think about the word I just laid on y'all ass all unintended like? Zahara, you wasn't the only one, what? Oh my God, I wasn't the only one. I don't even know what I said. You wasn't the only one, what? Do each... Okay, I'll go then. Because I'm probably going to need to take a nap before I get up on here with y'all again. Yeah, and it's already 2:54 too. Yeah, let me, as a matter of fact, I'm not going to come back at 4 because I didn't intend to be up on here for an hour fooling with y'all. Am I gonna come back at 4? No, I need to do some things. So I'm not gonna come back at 4 since I just talked to y'all for an hour. So do your Do your global conspiracy to right all wrongs. You don't have to do the brown paper bag thing today if you don't think it's enough time, but I would say do it today. The Palladian meteor shower starts tonight too. That's what I got to get ready for. So I'm definitely not going to do another live. This is it for the day. Because I got to get ready to figure out where I'm going to drive to go see this meteor shower. That starts today. It peaks today and tonight and tomorrow night. It peaks tonight and tomorrow night, the Palladian meteor shower. And they're saying, depending upon where you are, like, it's going to be a brilliant laser light show. So I got to figure out where I'm going. So I'm going to let y'all go. I might do another live later. If I end up on location somewhere to see the meteor shower, maybe I'll do another live. But bank on this being the last live for today. And hopefully it was helpful. I feel we all deal with... Okay. All right. So I'm going to go. All right. Bye.